Hello, everyone. I am Kianda, RK, as some of you call me. I wanted to formally introduce this platform to you guys. Weeds and Wilds is basically a community, a virtual community space. And we're opening the space with having conversations, interview style conversations with people that I feel fall under the category of weeds and wilds. With the exception of a few of them are people that I've met in maybe more of a professional setting that I feel has something that is just beneficial. It could be a business idea, it could be some financial security ideas or things like that. But primarily they're weeds and wilds. Weeds and Wilds is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll just share a little bit of what my thought process was with picking that name for this platform. So, if you think of a flower, you typically see a beautiful flower in an unsightly environment, and typically the flower, and sometimes just a single flower, is just growing in a space where the grounds aren't kept, it's not being fed, it's just seemingly growing. And it's the same for weeds. And a lot of times, both of these things are beneficial to the environment in their own respective ways, for different reasons. And the beauty of it overall is that it's grown in a space where you can just look and you know for sure no one had anything to do with it. It just grew there because it was meant to, or because maybe a seed was planted some ages ago, who knows. But they bloom in season, they bloom off season. It's just something that it takes a certain level of science to really explain them. And so I well the majority of my friends I consider to be wildflowers. They are people that have made something out of nothing primarily, and some of them maybe took a little something and made it, and some of them just kind of woke up and were already these amazing people and were able to weave through unfavorable circumstances, overcome obstacles, um, an array of obstacles. I'm talking about addiction, I'm talking about abuse, I'm talking about, neglect, and you name it. They've overcome a lot of different things and were able to bloom and plant themselves in other places and so on and so forth. And so I've decided, and not just in a moment decided, but this is something collectively that I personally do, and that's converse with people from different walks of life that have these different things, elements to them. And it's just something naturally that I do and I've always done. And anybody that knows me can vouch for that. And so, what happens with these conversations is I'm able to take one person's story or need and connect them to maybe another person or another place or organization or things like that to help them get to the space that they need to be in to either make it to the next level, to either thrive. And then sometimes I'm doing nothing more than just holding space for them to share, share who they are, to be free, to express. And that is something that I've done all my life, just candidly speaking, all my life. And I guess I can just say that now is I'm just in a space now where it I feel comfortable, um I feel comfortable owning that. And so I am a journalism student, so my intentions there are to collect stories and produce your stories and put your stories out there with the intent of inspiring, inspiring the people that are sharing their stories to continue, inspire them to be comfortable and confident in what they're doing. And to inspire other people, because another piece to having these conversations is sometimes you talk with people and you hear what they have going on or what they need or what they're doing, and you instantly recognize that another person you know has that. And sometimes what a person has is not just like something that can benefit one person, it can benefit a lot of people. It's just a matter of their information getting into the right laps. And so I hope everything here is a hope. I have no idea where this is going to go. I have no backstory of like, the marketing or anything. This is basically a gumption that I'm following. And I plan to do it later when things were together and organized, but I just decided maybe 2 months ago to just go ahead and get it started. And each day so far has proven that it is the right path to be on by the responses that you guys are giving and you guys accepting the invitations. Everyone that you'll see here for this particular segment of this were invited by myself, and they are people, some of them are my friends, some of them are my family members, some of these people are or maybe just people that I've worked with, some of my clients from my what I do for work. And they were all people that when I said and thought about who I wanted and hoped to have here to speak and share, these were people that literally came to my mind in an hour's time. And I sat and I thought and I went within, and it's like, okay, these people came up and I've reached out to everyone. And I want to say about 90% of the people that I reached out to have responded and said yes. And, so I have conversations already, I have conversations to come. And I'm actually, well, no, I won't say that, but yeah. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you're watching this video. I hope that you would follow this page and stay tuned. My hope is for everything to launch midway through February, and I hope that you guys find it to be inspiring. I hope that you guys find it to be resourceful. Again, some people have things to share that are not so much about, you know, the I would say I'm going to call it the dark side of life, because I do have some people that have overcome some things, and but I also have people who are just here to, on the bright side, show you things you can do, show you a business opportunity or talk to you, maybe about wealth and different things like that. So we're gonna try to have a full gamut of things that a person would need in life. And, I know that the idea is probably not innovative. There's others, but here's another. And, that was my inner critic like talking, and I responded out loud. So we're also very human here on this platform. Myself, I don't, you're going to hear a little bit of all types of things from me. I don't have you're going to hear my vernacular as it presents itself. Never tell me anything, because we're real here and we're learning as we grow. You are going to see facets. I'm a lot of things, so just never expect one. And I own them all, and I am them all. So we may be calm one day, and another day we may be rambunctious or something like that. You just never know. Okay. And that's what life is about. It's about embracing your entirety. And that's what this platform is about too. It's about the entirety of people, the entirety of us, and the entirety of life. And it's about showing people that no matter where you are important. No matter who you are, you matter. No matter what your story was, you can make something of it. There's no one at any phase or any stage that cannot make something of their life. And a lot of the people that I'm going to talk to they're going to share information that will support what I just said. And everybody is not the same. So one person's overcoming doesn't mean that it's the same as you, but it is definitely a testimony to show you that you can too, and that it is possible. Because another conversation that I have a lot is people that are just like, you have no idea, what I've been through, and you're just this and you're just that. And no, I don't know, but I probably know someone that does. And I just want to put it here in your lap so that even the smallest thing, even somebody that feels that their appearance is just a hindrance. We're going to talk to people that will give you a hand, down out of that well that we seem to, get down in there. And sometimes there's crabs down there that's, we're going to call it a bucket, that just like to keep us and pull us down and tell us you can't. All the words, all of the statistics that they put in front of us, all of the weight, everything is kind of, it holds us down. A lot of it's more than just people. Sometimes it's our thoughts. Sometimes it's our environment, that are the crabs in the barrel or the bucket, if you will, pulling us down. And so these people that I'm speaking to are people that are, the intention is for you to have a little bit of a hand to even see that there's a possibility, to even know that there are people like you that came out of that barrel. And if you want to, you can just grab the claw or the hand and lift yourself up, even if it's but for a while. And maybe you want to go back and tell others. Sometimes we do that too. We go back and this is what's possible. Come on. And you probably see that ain't nobody gonna come, or maybe someone. But if that's what you decide to do, be careful, because sometimes when you go back, you don't get a chance to come back out. And so yeah, that's where we're going on this journey. So hopefully you'll come with us, and hopefully we'll grow. And hopefully by this time next year, we will be a full out nonprofit with actual resources to really support you guys. So these are just seeds right now, and I'm taking a risk. I'm stepping outside of my I'm embracing, I don't want to say I'm embracing my fears, but I never, I guess you could say I'm superstitious. I don't share what my plans are because, yeah, I guess I'm superstitious. Let's just call it what it is, right? So with me sharing that, I'm taking a risk, but the evil eye is watching, so don't do nothing with my wish. I'm joking a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and stay tuned. Okay.